Hey guys, it's Coach Rebecca. Welcome back to my kitchen. I told you earlier today I was gonna make a second edition of some of my favorite snacks that can not only be game day snacks, but meals as well. And this one is one of my favorites. It's actually a loaded chili cheese sweet potato French fry. So again, loaded sweet potato French fries with a chili cheese combination on the top, you guys. It is delicious, perfect for a weekend dinner or again, a game day snack. And you only need a handful of ingredients. So let's go through them. And again, guys, in under 30 minutes, you're gonna have a delicious meal loaded with veggies, protein, and even healthy carbohydrates that are gonna fuel your family and leave them satisfied because it's so delicious as well. This is what you need. You need black beans. I've already opened them up and got them all strained out and drained. You can use either diced canned tomatoes or you can dice up fresh tomatoes. Your choice, it's whatever is easiest for you. The secret ingredient that my family doesn't always know that's in there is broccoli. Yes, you know, this is one of the secret hidden ingredients. Anytime I can add in some bonus vegetables when my family doesn't know, I do it. So today it's 3 cups of really finely ground down broccoli. It's gonna go in, it's gonna mix in with that hamburger that we're gonna use. They're never even gonna know that it's in there. Of course, you guys need 1 pound of either hamburger, ground turkey, or ground chicken. Our cha-cha chili seasoning mix. I'll tell you what's in there as far as spices and seasonings here in a second. I'm gonna add some extra onion because my family loves onion. So I'm not only gonna throw onion inside of the cha-cha chili mix, I'm gonna cut some up for later so that we can sprinkle it on top with the cheese as well. Of course, you're gonna need some sweet potatoes. Again, I opt to go sweet potatoes versus traditional French fries. You guys will see why later, but again, this is a perfect balance of sweet and savory all together, you guys. All right, so let's get cooking. We're gonna take that onion, first things first. I'm gonna take half of it and I'm gonna dice it up. And as I dice that up, I'm also going to turn on my pan on the stovetop, get that warming up so that we can throw the onion in here in a second and start to get that all browned down and really starting to work those flavors and juices out of the onion. Then we're gonna add in that ground beef. So TV time out, let's turn on this stovetop. Again, you don't want it too hot, you guys. I don't want to brown or I don't want to burn these onions, but I do want to brown them so that they really start to get more neutral in color, which means that they're cooking through and that they're opening up all those delicious flavors that come from onions. To make sure they don't stick, I am going to put just a teeny little bit of extra virgin olive oil on the base of that pan. While that heats up, let's finish chopping up this onion. So I use red onion. You guys, I have onions galore in my refrigerator. Sometimes I will do a white onion, but my family likes an onion that packs a punch, and red onion usually does the trick for me. So I'm just doing a half of a red onion. We're gonna use, I think, let's see here, these diced tomatoes are about 14 ounces. I need about 18, 19 ounces of diced tomatoes in there. We're not gonna put those in just yet. So again, I'm gonna put this into a little bowl, and then we're gonna take those onions, get them into our pot so that they are cooking. All right, guys, let's throw those onions in there. As those onions are cooking down, I'm also going to put in that broccoli. Now the broccoli also, I really want it cooked through so that there's not any real texture to it, so that it literally blends right in with that ground beef. So we're gonna give those just a couple seconds, you guys, to start to get browned up. Then we're gonna add in the broccoli and then the meat goes in. All right, guys. Those onions are perfect. Now it's time to add in that broccoli. We've got about 3 cups of broccoli that have been finely ground down so that they're really minute bite-sized pieces. I'm gonna turn that heat down just a little. All right, friends, now it's time to incorporate our 1 pound of ground beef. Now, again, you can totally use ground chicken if that's your preferred. With the chili, I tend to like that little bit of extra fat. This is still an 80-20, so it still isn't bad. But again, that little bit of extra fat really makes this nice and delicious, you guys. And plus, it's supposed to be a little bit indulgent. This is supposed to be sweet potato chili fries. So we want just that little extra bit of fat in there. It's gonna make it even more yummy. All right. Now I want those vegetables really cooking up as well, so I want to kind of contain some of that steam in there. So what I'm going to do is pop my little top on, and that's going to help for that meat to start cooking through really quickly, as well as it's going to help to continue to get those vegetables and those onions cooking down so that all of those flavors really incorporate together. Okay, friends, it is time to start putting the rest of the ingredients into this amazing cha-cha chili that is gonna go on top of our sweet potato fries. So we've got onions in already. We've got that secret ingredient, the ground up broccoli. We've got our 1 pound of ground beef. Now it's time to add in those tomatoes, our secret cha-cha chili spices and seasonings, and those black beans. And then guys, as easy as that, we're gonna let it simmer for 15 minutes and it's gonna be ready to go, just in time for our sweet potato fries to get done. All right, let's turn around, let's add the rest of these ingredients. So I'm adding about 16 to 18 ounces of diced tomatoes. Again, you can dice up your tomatoes fresh, or like I'm gonna do today, just because of convenience, I'm gonna use organic diced canned tomatoes. So let's throw those in there. Boom. Oh, so good, you guys. So in go those nummy tomatoes and juices, you guys. I'll shoot a little picture so you guys can see here. It's already getting up and I can see that steam. It smells good and we haven't even put the spices in yet. All right, so we just added in that about 16 to 18 ounces of diced tomatoes. I'm gonna take my cha-cha chili combination mix. Now guys, this is onions, red bell peppers, green bell peppers, chili powder, cayenne, tomatoes, garlic, ancho chilies. That's basically the gist of it. We're gonna sprinkle this on and really start to let all of those seasonings marinate. You guys, smell-o-vision. In fact, I want to quick show you. This is truly, literally fresh spices, right? These are all dried down peppers and chilies, natural, no additives, no preservatives, you guys. If you guys can see these, it's a perfect combination of spice blends. Let's sprinkle them on. Oh, perfect. All right, guys, let me mix them in here. Now, my family likes some extra kick as well when it comes to their chili. So I do have some jalapeno slices. I'm gonna really cut those up nice and small, and I'm gonna add that and maybe a splash of jalapeno juice. But again, those things are totally optional. The one thing I always wanna remind people when it comes to using this spice blend that I'm bringing to you guys is the fact that Epicures, one of their key milestones is the fact that they do not add a ton of extra sodium or sugar to their spice and seasoning blends. So again, if you're a person who really has a tongue or a taste bud for some heavy sodium, you're gonna wanna add a little bit of extra salt to your taste, all right? So we've got those seasonings and spices blended in here. I'm gonna take this heat and I'm really gonna bring it down to just a simmer. Because guys, we just need this to simmer now for 15 minutes and it's gonna be ready to go. So, boom. Put my fancy schmancy top back on. Let that simmer. Let's put these in the trash. Ooh, I almost forgot one of our important ingredients are healthy carbohydrates and protein coming from that 1 can of black beans. Now you could also use kidney beans. Again, all your choice. You can totally opt to not do the beans, which is actually why I almost forgot them, because I will be honest with you, 9 times out of 10, we don't even put beans into our chili. Usually, majority of the chilies that I make are totally meat and vegetable based, but tonight, I thought I'd do something special and add a little bit of black bean into this chili as well. All right, guys, it is time. We're just gonna cut up our sweet potatoes. Now again, you can do these as sweet potato chips. If you've got one that will make waffle fries, that's a really cool way to do this as well. I'm just gonna cut them up standard French fries, and we're gonna throw them into the air fryer and get them ready to go. So these are pretty good sized sweet potatoes. I'm gonna move this so you guys can see what's going on. I diced up that extra onion that we're gonna throw on top. And then again, we're just gonna take this, we kind of cut it into a couple different quarters here, and then I'll show you the size that I'm gonna do. I want these French fries to hold up. So I do want them to be fairly substantial in size. We don't want them to be super teeny tiny where the sauces and juices from the chili make them flimsy. So again, you're gonna still want them to be fairly substantial in size. So I'm just cutting that down. Now, the other option that you can do with this cha-cha chili recipe is, instead of making fries, you could just bake the sweet potato and load that sweet potato, like baked sweet potato, up with the chili on top as well. But I wanted to make this game day fun and something a little bit more fun and jazzed up than just a plain old baked potato with some chili on it. So instead, we're gonna air fry these delicious sweet potatoes and get that perfect blend of sweet and savory from our savory cha-cha chili and our yummy, crisp, they will be crisp shortly, sweet potato French fries. And you guys, this recipe is going to be a hit. You can serve it again at dinner, like what I'm gonna do, or it is a perfect thing. You can cook the chili up ahead of time, warm it up, throw the French fries into the air fryer or into your oven if you don't have an air fryer, and you guys can serve them as an appetizer at maybe a tailgating party that you're holding at your house. I mean, we're too far off from Super Bowl to wait to make this recipe. So I say it is the perfect party or kind of dish that people can just dig into, grab some, put it on their plate, and really enjoy. And it's healthy, but they're still gonna feel like they're indulging and getting something that's a little bit sinful. All right, so almost done chopping up those sweet potato fries. Now, you're gonna want to put these just in a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. I am just gonna salt them, you guys. I'm just putting a little bit of Himalayan sea salt on them. Again, they're gonna get all the flavor, added flavor that they need when you load them up with that chili on top. So they really don't need anything except for that little bit of extra virgin olive oil to be able to get them to be crisp and still tender inside, but crisp on the outside so that they have that nice texture, I guess I would say, as well as that they're gonna hold up when you load them up with that chili on top. All right, guys, almost done cutting them up. Again, you want them to be substantial this time. We don't want really thin fries. You want really like a house fry or a really thick steak fry size. All right, perfect, just like this. All right, let me grab my Ziploc bag because that's the easiest way to make sure that we evenly distribute the extra virgin olive oil over the top of these without getting too much extra virgin olive oil. I'll be right back. You guys, this chili is simmering behind me and it smells so good. I swear, you guys, I need to have you at my house so that you can smell and taste all of these delicious, whole, real ingredients. And you guys, they're so good. So I can't wait for you to try this recipe in your home and get your feedback on what you guys think as well. Let's grab that extra virgin olive oil. Again, always handy in my house. I'm just gonna go 1, 2, 3, probably about with that 3 count, maybe 2 tablespoons. I should measure, especially on oils, you guys. But with something like this, when I know I'm using the air fryer, I know that I'm getting literally a fraction of the oil that's gonna be usually used on a French fry. So you don't need a lot. And again, when I stick them in the Ziploc bag and I toss them around like I'm doing, you don't need a lot, all right? So air fryer right behind me, I'm gonna turn it on. It's gonna go probably 390. I might even bump it up to 400 because I do want that nice crisp on the outside of these fries. So we're gonna go 400, and because of the thickness of these fries, it's gonna go for 20. I'll check them at 20 minutes. They might need to go for a little bit longer than that to make sure that they're nice and crisp on the outside and cooked through on the inside. But again, 390 to 400 in the air fryer for about 20 minutes. If you're doing them in your oven, I'm gonna tell you 390 to 400 for at least 25 minutes. My guess is it's gonna be a little bit longer than that to crisp up and really cook up well within your stove. So just keep your eyes on them. You don't want them burnt, but you definitely want them nice and crisp. All right, so bam, take them out of my Ziploc. Put them right into that air fryer. I'm gonna shake them around. Now, with the air fryer, at least the one that I have, I do need to open up my air fryer and shake the French fries around every like 5 minutes or so to really make sure that all of them are getting the attention that they need. But again, it's simple, it's quick, it's under 20 minutes, and I'm gonna have yummy, delicious sweet potato fries, so much healthier than they would be if, one, I was getting them at a restaurant where they've been deep fried in all sorts of saturated fat and oils. And you guys, it's the perfect combination to this chili. So let's hit start and get those cooking. Bam, they are on, and in 20 minutes, not only will my chili be ready, those French fries are gonna be ready, then we're gonna put that chili on top of the fries, put a little bit of cheese and onions right on the top, toss them into the oven for just a couple minutes underneath the broiler to melt that cheese down, you guys, and they are gonna be ready for dinner. I can't wait. You guys, let me know, what do you like in your chili? Would you add more vegetables? Would you add larger pieces of pepper maybe? There's times too, you guys, that I'll add in chopped up and peeled zucchini in my chili. And you guys, again, all of it is so good and delicious. And the nice thing about zucchini, I have found when I throw it into chili, is it really takes on the taste of the seasonings and spices that are in that chili. So even better, you get more vegetables, it gets even more filling because of all the fiber that's in those vegetables, and it's tasty and delicious. It's time to finally put it all together. Our air fryer sweet potato fries are perfect. They're nice and crisp, you guys, perfectly done both inside and out. Our chili is all good and it's together, ready to go. Not super soupy, right? We want that thickness because it's gonna hold up really nicely on top of those fries. It's together, I need to grab some cheese as well because you know, what's the best thing about loaded chili sweet potato fries? It's that melty, ooey gooey cheese that's gonna go on top and make them even better. All right, guys, we're gonna start to build our sweet potato loaded chili cheese fries. I've got my top actually to my little Dutch oven here, but guess what? I can actually use it and throw it in the oven as well, and it makes a beautiful serving dish. So I say, let's make it look pretty. We're gonna put that right down here. I'm gonna take some of those fries right here, you guys. Boom. Put those fries there. Got that in there. Our oven just beeped because it's ready and at temperature. I'm gonna take a nice scoop of chili, load it up right on top here. Oh, you guys. Yes, I've got to lick the fingers because it's that delicious. Look how good it looks already. Let's add that cheese. I am just gonna seriously take maybe a quarter cup here, sprinkle it over the top. Check it out. You guys, it's gonna be so good. All right, it needs to go in the oven. I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. We're gonna let it heat up, cook through the rest of the way, let that cheese get ooey gooey on the top, and you are gonna see the first bite. It's time. I pulled them out of the oven. I put a little bit of sour cream on the top and a little bit of fresh homemade salsa that I made earlier this week. Ooh, it's a little warm still. It's time for the important first bite. So let's get some cheese, get some chili, get a piece of that sweet potato fry. Gonna get a little bit of that sour cream and salsa. You guys, I cannot wait for you to try this recipe. It's so good. I need to get off this video and eat this because, listen, I can't stop. It's that good. All right, you guys, as always, I sign off by saying, love you. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe just as much as all the others. I can't wait to share these spices, seasonings, and all the other recipes over the next 2 weeks with you guys to continue to help you learn ways to make food delicious, healthy, nutritious, and super easy. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a great Friday and awesome weekend.